get lost. So I got lost. And I called Bruce back, and he said, Kim, I won't tell you what he said about you, but he told me to come back and do it again. And so I came back with my daughter this time. And my daughter wrote it out, my statement, and I signed it. Now, when I went to hand it in, no, let's go back a little bit. When I got there with my daughter, and I wanted to make the police report, the officer that was on duty at the time, he turned to me and he said, very aggressively, he said, what did we tell you last time? And I said, well, you told me to get lost. That's what you said last time. But I'm here to make the report, and I was told to do this, and that's the end of it. They gave me a hard time. Then they were buzzing around like a bunch of buzzy bees, all confused. So anyways, the statement was made, signed it, and then when I handed it in, they started to ask more questions, and I said, listen, you know what I mean? I'm not here to answer questions. I'm just here to give this report, and I did. So then I left. I just walked out. So I get a phone call to 2 detectives, and Kim, we're going to come to the house, your apartment, and we're going to take your statement on tape. And I said, sure, you're welcome. They came, welcomed them in my home, got down to business, told them basically what I said in my statement. They were somewhat pleasant. And they told me as they were leaving that they weren't going to investigate this. And I said, let's make this perfectly clear, that my father may have had cancer, but that's not how he died. My father was murdered by the nurse at the General Hospital. And that's it for me, you know what I mean? We can talk about this till hell freezes over. It's not going to change my opinion of what happened that morning. I discussed this with my mother. What I'm telling you now is what happened. So that's that. That's where it stays now, you know what I mean? So that's okay, but I'm just letting you know this, you know what I mean? I was watching on the news around the same time I made this report, and they were talking about how doctors and people, you know what I mean, are getting dead. There's one thing I am curious about, though, the General Hospital. How much money did you make off of butchering my father? Could you maybe get in contact with me and tell me what the figure was for that operation? Because I'd really like to know how much money you made off of him. Because you couldn't even afford to give him some electrolytes or some morphine drip or anything. You're a class act, General Hospital. A real class act. Good night.